Exactly 7 p.m. in Oja, 7 p.m. in Bafia, 7 p.m. in the nation's capital. Good evening and welcome to the 7 p.m. news on Info Television. To kickstart this news, first the top stories. In the course of the newscast, we shall be driving you to Oja, where the medical supplies from the Cameroun Airport Corporation have been donated over to the medical center. This is the event took place this Tuesday, January 13, 2026. Away from that, in Bafia, in the Mbama Noble division of the Central region, another murder case has been recorded following the one on January 14. In sport, the Cameroon Football Federation has officially made known the official date of the 2025-2026 Elite 1 and Elite 2 championships across the country. Those were main points. Now the news in further details. Welcome back. As you heard in one of our top stories, the Oja Medical Center in the Yaoundé 4 municipality in the Fulu division has received donation of medical supplies and equipment from the Cameroon Airport Corporation. The donation was handed over this Tuesday, January 13, 2026 to the director of the Oja Medical Center, Dr. Victorine Kondo, at the hospital premises. The initiative aims to strengthen health care, delivery, and improve patient care and health services, as you tell us, Jessica Ndiwu.
The donation handed over to Oja Medical Center in Yaoundé 4 municipality, located in the Mfundi division, included wheelchairs, microscope, tumor measurement devices, and other essential medical supplies aimed at strengthening healthcare services. The items were presented by the Director General of Cameroon Airport Corporation (CAC), Thomas Owona Asumu, and received by Director of Oja Medical Center, Dr. Victorine Kongo. This initiative is set to enhance healthcare delivery and improve patient care at Oja Medical Center. This initiative is part of corporation's corporate social responsibility, supporting public authorities through targeted actions in health, education, and social services, contributing to the improvement of living conditions for the population.
En assurant une prise en charge préventive et
the daily activities of a health facility are carried out by more than 100 professionals who are conscious, rigorous, and respectful of medical ethics. They are fully devoted to effective care, follow-up, and support of Yaoundé 4 and beyond. This equipment will allow effective care for our patients and will contribute to the transformation of our health system. The items are specifically intended for use in the operating room, hospital wards, laboratory examinations, and the transfer of patients to clinics. All patients will benefit from this support.
En ce lieu traduit tout l'intérêt que vous portez à la question de santé des populations en général.
Faithful to its policy of corporate social responsibility, the Cameroon Airport Corporation (CAC) continues to support public authorities through targeted actions. Through these efforts, the corporation contributes to the lasting improvement of living conditions, strengthening community development across the country, a commitment that places people at the heart of sustainable development.
ADC accompagne les pouvoirs publics.
CAC supports public authorities through target actions in favor of health, educational, and social structures, thereby contributing to the lasting improvement of the living conditions of the population. The donation of medical equipment we are carrying out today reflects our determination to strengthen the operational capacity of Oja Medical Center, enabling medical personnel to work under better conditions and provide quality care to patients. The donation of these medical supplies is expected to significantly improve healthcare delivery to the population, as note of gratitude was expressed.
C'était réellement un besoin.
We do not make requests unless there is a real need. this equipment was truly necessary to help transform our health system, particularly to improve the quality of care for our patients. I can assure you that the supplies will be put to use immediately, as the Director General mentioned, and that the population will fully benefit from them. As part of its spirit of solidarity and corporate social responsibility, the corporation has extended its support to the health sector through the donation of medical supplies and equipment as part of its dynamic of solidarity and corporate social responsibility in medical centers in Yaoundé. After the hospital of Efulan in 2025, it is now the turn of the Oja Medical Center to benefit from these supports based on the list of needs submitted by the hospital authorities. The donation includes 10 pieces of equipment for medical care and hospitalization. This comprises bedside tables, rolling chairs, reinforced care trays, potentiometers, and black lights. For medical diagnosis, the equipment includes electric pistols, obstetrical Dopplers, binocular microscope, mobile lamps, and a tumor measurement device to ensure that everything moves on smoothly in this medical center. The handover ceremony of medical supplies and equipment to Oja Hospital brought together representatives of the Senior Division Officer of Yaoundé 4, the Center Regional Delegate of Public Health and medical practitioners.
Away from that, compliance with hygiene standards in food production facilities has recently come under close scrutiny in the Yaoundé, particularly in the Kalbisong neighborhood of the Yaoundé 7 municipality. Our reporter Mimi Chobo met with the head of the Hygiene, Sanitation and Environmental Department of the Yaoundé 3 Council to gain a better understanding. Her report.
The negligence and violation of regulations by some food productions enterprises in Cameroon have become a major cause for concern, as many have turned their activities into a public health nightmare. As a result, the Hygiene Department has focused on conducting regular inspections of food facilities to assess compliance with good manufacturing practices.
Il est question pour nous de s'assurer que tout ce qui est vendu.
Our priority is to ensure that all products sold to consumers are of good quality. To achieve this, the Hygiene Department has a permanent mission in the field. We are present throughout the year, conducting unannounced inspections to identify offenders. We work in collaboration with other health services to ensure that standards are met. The law has given us the authority to carry out this work on the field, and we will do so in the interest of the consumers.
Le faisons allègrement parce que nous cherchons toujours le bien des consommateurs.
In Yaoundé 3, inspections are carried out in an unannounced manner, day and night, including some Sundays, based on mission orders signed by the mayor. When unfit or spoiled products are discovered, they are seized, the establishment is sealed, and a fine is imposed.
Le plus souvent, les textes sont clairs.
As always, the statements are always clear. We seize the product and seal the enterprise that sells the product. It is what we do, and you know Cameroonians like negotiating. But when it comes to sealing, we are strict on that. The Hygiene Department is taking a strong stance against non-compliance businesses, prioritizing consumer safety. These unannounced inspections and strict enforcement measures are intended to encourage businesses to comply with existing regulations.
And on to this information just reaching us, the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Joseph John Gute, this January 13, 2026, at the courtyard of the Prime Ministry in Yaoundé receives New Year wishes from close collaborators and various commissions of the service of the Prime Ministry. The traditional New Year wishes commences with the General Secretariat of the Prime Minister, led by Minister Secretary General Professor Seraphine Magloire Fuda, followed by the staff of Cabinet. These New Year wishes comes days after extending New Year wishes to the head of state, President Paul Biya. Details of these will be yours in a subsequent edition. And as you heard in one of our top stories, in Bafia, in the Mbama Noble division of the Central Region of Cameroon, another murder case has been recorded following that on the 4th of January 2026. This time, it's the turn of Ndang Angbarang, a farmer who was murdered or allegedly murdered and beheaded in the village of Kudu, Nyen Donenkang. As you tell us, Mimi Chobo.
Dong Angamra, a farmer and resident of Kudu in the Ndonkeken locality of Bafia, Bam and Enubu division, was coldly and bloodily murdered by unidentified individuals on the night of January 11, 2026 at around 10 p.m. His relative recounts the event. In the evening of 11 January, we were here with my brother. He went to put his phone on charge. He came back at 10:40 p.m. That I heard his cry. I wanted to come out. Madam said I should not go out because I don't see well. I started shouting and called my nephew, who is on the other side of the road. The situation has brought confusions amongst the population. The question on everyone's lip is, how did unidentified individuals manage to enter the village and murder one of their own without being seen? Residents are calling for help. Yesterday at about 10:44, that my uncle who is blind called me saying that there is a situation here, that everything is not well in his home. I came out. That's how he told me that his brother is in difficulty. He was shouting here. We started looking in the night without seeing him. I called some of my uncles. They said we should wait for tomorrow. In the morning at 5 o'clock, my uncle's son waked me up, told me, "Come Tonton, we have seen blood behind." This is the second crime recorded in a space of 2 weeks in Bafia. The population is living in fear, on high alert. The growing sense of insecurity and fear in the Bafia area, with 2 murders in a short space of time. The community is shocked and demanding action to ensure their safety.
What a sad story. And on to something else, school teachers in the city of Yaoundé are facing a new challenge with detecting the abusive use of artificial intelligence by students. When giving homework, young learners have developed the habit of mining answers from AI websites and presenting them instead of their own work. Rogers Noam went back to school to dig up the facts and now reports.
The frequent wrongful use of artificial intelligence, also known as AI, by students is giving teachers sleepless nights. Young learners generally prefer to copy answers for their homework and projects from AI websites. Meanwhile, their teachers appeal to the learners' own intelligence in building their minds. But is there anything wrong with students always copying from AI?
Effectivement, il y a des conséquences graves.
There are very severe cognitive consequences for the use of AI without questioning. Anyone who copies answers from AI without reading, understanding, and reformulating is not learning, but rather killing themselves. It is beneficial to use AI as a research tool, but not for copying and pasting. Teachers are now devising innovative methods to deal with the phenomenon.
Il y a plusieurs patterns. Il y a ce qu'on appelle les patterns, c'est-à-dire que
we can detect AI texts from students if they contain AI patterns, words systematically repeated by AI, the non-respect of capital letters, the level of the information, and the mechanical style of AI.
Reconnaître qu'un travail d'étudiant ou d'élève.
We call the parent to ask them to be present when the students are writing or they are treating their homeworks. We call them. Though the participation of the parents is very important to help up to solve this problem.
It is hoped that teachers training colleges and secondary schools will introduce courses on AI to equip learners with the skills to use the technological innovation constructively.
1 year after the launch of Eagles, the integrated software designed to transform Cameroon's public sector payroll and personnel management, the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, Joseph Lay, presented a mixed progress report last Monday, January 12, 2026, while hailing strides in automating promotions and increasing transparency. The minister also addressed significant difficulties and outlined the government's roadmap for the system's full deployment. Details in this report.
The event, attended by representatives from key public administrations and public stakeholders, served as a platform for a comprehensive review. Minister Joseph Lay presented a detailed assessment of the transformative changes and concrete strides achieved, openly addressed the difficulties encountered during the implementation phase, and unveiled the strategic roadmap guiding the project's future development. The Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, Joseph Lay, began his address by anchoring the Eagles project firmly within the long-term governance vision of the head of state, President Paul Biya. He recalled the project's genesis in the Presidential Directive of July 2019, which recalled for a sovereign, integrated, and efficient system. The minister highlighted several key achievements from the system's inaugural year, framing them as directive benefits to the state and its civil servants. He reported significant progress in eliminating long-standing administrative backlogs, particularly in processing of promotions, bringing tangible financial recognition to hundreds of thousands of public employees. The minister also emphasized the system's role in enhancing transparency and efficiency. The automation of payroll has begun to sanitize public spending, reducing errors and irregularities, while the introduction of the features like direct SMS salary notifications empowers every civil servant with immediate access to their payment information. Looking ahead, the minister presented a clear roadmap for the continued integration and optimization of the Eagles system. This forward-looking plan focuses on full interoperability access, all government services, advanced data analytics for human resource planning, and the ongoing capacity building of administrative personnel to fully leverage the new digital tools. The press conference concluded with a reaffirmation of the government's commitment to this fundamental reform, characterizing Eagles as a cornerstone for building a more modern, transparent, and high-performing public administration in service to the nation and its people.
Away from that, in a circular signed by the Minister of Finance, the government of Cameroon emphasizes on the monitoring and strict control of the state budget. Economists are conscious of the areas to be targeted for successful implementation, as we tell us Phillips NG.
Weeks after the promulgation of the 2026 state budget by the head of state, President Paul Biya, set at 8,816.4 billion francs CFA, with an increase of 14%, the Ministry of Finance on December 31st, 2025, released a circular bearing instructions on the implementation of finance law, monitoring, control, and the execution of the state budget and other public entities for the 2026 fiscal year. The circular, which focuses on transparency, targets a projected economic growth of 4.3% with an estimated inflation rate of 3%. Economists are conscious of the areas of importance for the state to target so as to meet up with the country's economic expectations.
I would duly feel to suggest that as well as we look into the reduction of unemployment, education should be inclusive so as to be able to train the expected manpower that will require the transformation of our economy. And in line with that, the import substitution industrialization should be considered as the greatest target for the survival of the Cameroon economy. So with that said, we will consider the instruments and the power that be to see that the reduction of unemployment in Cameroon will provide high degree of stability to the Cameroonian economy.
As Cameroonians are expecting to see economic transformation in the coming days, working hand in gloves with state authorities will go a long way to provide a conducive atmosphere for both local and foreign investors.
The citizenry of Cameroon should also know that it is our collective effort to be able to make sure that we have the gainful requirement, and this has to go with the professionalization of education, the entrepreneurial spirit that is required, and that education is meant for national development and not for self-development.
With the growing demands of employment opportunities, a stable security atmosphere, and the promotion of import substitution, the full implementation of the circular will go a long way to transform the country's economy.
In sports, the Cameroon Football Federation (FECAFOOT) has officially made known to the public the dates for the kickoff of the 2025-2026 Elite 1 and Elite 2 championships across Cameroon. The competition is expected to bring back local euphoria as football fans are eager to see their clubs perform. Once again, Phillips NG.
After 6 months of soccer break, the 2025-2026 sporting season is expected to kickstart on January 24th with the MTN Elite 1 competition, followed by the Elite 2 on January 31st, 2026. This is made possible through an official announcement made by the Cameroon Football Federation on Friday, January 9th, 2026. The twin competition is expected to witness an improvement as compared to the previous football season. Aigle Royal of Menoir will take on Unisport of Opankam in the Elite 1 category, cementing the inaugural ceremony of the competition at the Gaston Ngandui Municipal Stadium in Bafang. 14 clubs will take on each other, both home and away matches, expecting the 26th day of play of the competition to draw its curtain on the month of June 2026. The MTN Elite 2 category on its part is expected to satisfy the curiosity of football fans as they await jaw-dropping performance come January 31st, 2026. The competition intends to expose local talents minimized by both local and international football clubs vying for raw talents. Placed under the category of 8 groups, the federation intends to implement this formula to avoid irregularities in matches scheduled and to also provide logistics needed so as to create a conducive atmosphere for the competition. It should be recalled that Panther Sportive Someday made the way with the 2024-2025 football season after emerging champions defeating Colombe Sportif of Jan Lobo in the Cameroon Cup finals. The official announcement of this tournament will permit clubs to develop tactical and technical strategies so as to better prepare for the upcoming competition as the 2026 football season unfolds.
Still in sport, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has opened a sweeping disciplinary investigation into the unacceptable behavior of players, team officials, and journalists following 2 contentious African Cup of Nations 2025 quarterfinals, threatening sanctions that could impact the tournament's semi-finals. Details in this report.
CAF's action comes after the fiery last 8 clashes between Cameroon and Morocco and Algeria and Nigeria. The governing body has collected official match reports and video evidence referring the incident to its disciplinary board. It strongly condemned actions targeting the refereeing team or match organizers, vowing to seek appropriate action against any breach of professional conduct. The probe focuses on past match scenes after Nigeria defeated Algeria, where furious Algerian players and staff confronted the match officials on the pitch and in the tunnel, leading to a formal complaint against the referee. Similarly, Cameroon's CAM was incensed by denied penalty claims in their loss to host Morocco, sparking heated altercations. In an unprecedented move, CAF is also reviewing footage of journalists alleged misbehaving in the post-match mix zone. With the semi-finals looming, the disciplinary board's findings carried immediate weight. Potential sanctions include fines and suspensions, which could directly affect Nigeria's squad as they prepare to face Morocco. This investigation represents a critical test for CAF's authority in managing the intense pressure and preserving the integrity of its premier tournament.
It is on that report that we draw the curtains of our newscast this evening. Thanks very much for watching. We urge you to stay tuned to other programs on Info Television. God bless Cameroon. Good night.